The men's soccer team looks to stay unbeaten at home as it opens a season-ending 4-match homestand this week. The Badgers host in-state rival Milwaukee tomorrow at 7 p.m. before facing number 9 Indiana on Friday also at 7 p.m. Head coach John Trask is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
Pretty interesting week for us. We had a good result over Green Bay at home midweek, and then played the number 1 team in the country to overtime. We were up 2-1 late, and compliment Maryland. They found a way to get back in the game and then beat us in overtime. Pleased with the team's performance. We've got 4 games left, all at home. A couple of very tough Big Ten games and a couple midweek games that'll be a challenge for us. Probably the thing I'm most pleased about is the consistency of performance, game in and game out from this group. They've really matured, and we know what we're going to get on any given day. I know the guys were down after the Maryland game. I think they thought they had done enough to win the game. That would have been a big signature win for us, both for NCAA tournament purposes as well as the confidence in the group. But I also know they're going to use it as a learning opportunity and move on and become a better team because of it.
John, could that loss actually, the way you played the top-ranked team in the country, maybe help come the time the national tournament selection takes part?
Yeah, the one thing I said to him at the end of the game was, guys, our performance was very good, but we're going to be in more games like this. Hostile environments on the road, huge crowd, intimidating, or can be intimidating. But our guys brought a great work rate, just a really solid team performance. It was a tough way to give up the tying goal, in all honesty. I'm not going to get into it, but it was a tough one. I'm sure some other people were in this room talking about a holding penalty. That was a tough one against the Badgers this weekend. So those things happen in sport, and hopefully you're resilient enough to take care of business. Milwaukee's going to present a whole different set of challenges in a rivalry match, and then obviously we've got the Indiana Hoosiers coming to town, one of the top teams in the country, for a Big Ten match on Friday. So it's be a great week to be a soccer player. Hopefully the fans will be out. Full support. It's Scarf Night Friday night, so we usually have a big attendance anyways against Indiana, so hopefully the soccer population in the state will be out there supporting our team, and I know we're going to play some great soccer in the process.
You potentially have the ability to get this in-state sweep this week with Milwaukee after already defeating Green Bay and Marquette, and Mark Seibers told me that was a big deal for the team. What would that mean for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. There's 4 Division I programs in the state, not just our undefeated record at home, but take a lot of pride in playing the other in-state teams. There's a lot of kids on in their program that probably would like to be here. We have some kids that were recruited by them as well. Their coaching staff does a great job. The rivalry goes back, 35, 40 years. UWM, Wisconsin men's soccer is a derby. So we're expecting a great game, great performance by them. It doesn't matter either team's record. This is a game that's going to be emotional. It always is. And then obviously the Big Ten game at the end of the week will bring out a whole nother set of emotions with our guys. So I know our guys are excited. They wanna take care of business in state. That means a lot to them, which shows some maturity within the group. I'm not sure they would have said that a couple years ago.
John, I would imagine it's helpful to have a rivalry game so that you don't have players looking ahead to what they face in the Big Ten game with Indiana at the end of the week. Is that actually a good thing to have them focus on something and not get their eyes too far ahead?
That's interesting you say that, but that probably is a good point. I probably should mention it to the team this afternoon. Especially after, say, a disappointing loss or the way we lost the other night, I know the guys are excited to get back and compete. That's the great thing about college sports is, they don't have 2 weeks to hang out and think about it and drop their heads. They've got to turn around. Had a great training session yesterday, got their legs moving. we'll focus on UWM a little bit more this afternoon and then be ready to go tomorrow night. But sometimes a rivalry game after a game like that is the best thing because it stirs some emotions again, and maybe that is a good thing for us.
Sam Brotherton returned and scores for you against Maryland. Did he? I'm guessing he shared some of his experiences playing with a New Zealand team against the United States last week.
Yeah, it was great. Sam played the last 35 minutes, was on the field when New Zealand scored to tie it against the U.S. At RFK, and then rejoining us, getting ready for the Maryland game, and then coming back as a captain and scoring a goal after he'd been gone. You know, compliment to our players. We went 2-0-1 while Sam was gone. I think a lot of people would have questioned whether we were capable of doing that. And I think, as I mentioned to Sam the day before our Maryland game, the team got better in your absence, and that's what you always hope for as a coach, that whether it's by injury or a national team call-up in this situation, that other guys raise their performance, and then dropping him back in the team, we became a better team again. And I think any coach, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for growth in their team constantly. There's plenty of the season left. We're playing 16 home games. We've got 16 total games before the Big Ten tournament. We've got 4 more games in the next couple weeks. Then we have a little break before the quarterfinals. We're in good shape. We're tied for second right now in the Big Ten. Compliment to Maryland. They won the championship with a game in hand. I'd like to play them again. I know our players would. And maybe we'll have that opportunity at the Big Ten championships at some point in Indianapolis.
You mentioned the game tomorrow is going to mean a lot to the players. What is the game on Friday going to mean to you?
You know, it's always big. Not only did I play there, I coached there. I coached their head coach in high school. I have the utmost respect for not just Jerry Yeagley, who was the architect of that program, but Todd Yeagley, who isn't just a friend. He's like a brother to me. I know it's always tough when we have to compete against each other. But we hug each other before the game. We hug each other after the game while the game's going on. It's 2 guys going at it just like we used to when we played soccer tennis against each other. But I have an unbelievable amount of respect for what that program has always meant to me personally, but to the game of college soccer. They've done it right. They've done it the way I would like to see it be done, with discipline and kids becoming better in their 4 years and facing adversity and making sure they get to class and all the things that we expect to see out of our student athletes at Wisconsin. It was the same way it was at Indiana, and it will be a dogfight on the field. As I tell them all the time, I wish them good luck in every other game of the season except against us, and I know the feeling's mutual. So Todd and I will get after it again, and just a lot of respect for the program.
You said you played soccer tennis. Is that like a hybrid sport, or did you play soccer and tennis?
No, Todd and I used to play soccer tennis when I coached him in high school. When he was coming through, it's use a tennis net usually, and it's a skillful game. There's argument what the overall series record is. I think when he turned pro, he beat me one time. I claimed to be 1,001 against him. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and it's something that soccer players have always done. I don't do it much anymore at the age I'm at, but back when I was in my youthful days, I used to challenge most of the guys when I was an assistant in Indiana in soccer tennis.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thanks,
Thank
John.
you.